Hey guys, how's it going? Listen, this is an important unit. I hate that some of you I won't be able to go over this with you directly in class, but I will be giving you feedback. All right. Now, when I gave you this material, I asked you all to find MB, the equation, or if it's proportional or non-proportional. Now, when you see these tables, they're going to ask you one of these four questions here, which is why I had you identify all of them. Now, it's up to you to determine what is it asking for. Now, I'm going to go to an example for you, and let's get into it. All right. Jill earns the same pay for each week she works at her new job. She deposits a weekly paycheck into her savings account. There's a table that represents that. The question is, how much money does she have in her account before she starts her new job? Now, remember the four questions. Is it asking you if it's proportional or non-proportional? No. Is it asking you for the equation? No. So we know it's either asking me for the slope or the y-intercept. Now remember, the slope is a rate of change. Where is change occurring? At what rate is it happening? That's slope. So slope, if it says unit rate, the rate, anytime you see change occurring in a problem, that is asking for the slope. This problem, it says how much money did she have in her account before starting her new job. Remember, the y-intercept is the starting point. It is the starting point. Where are we starting at? That's the y-intercept. So let's go through our process. Let's go through our 6 steps. Which is this asking for? Let's look at it. It's asking for the y-intercept because it's a starting point. If it was asking for the slope, the question would have read, how much money does she receive each pay period? Y'all see that? If it's asking for the slope, how much money is she receiving each pay period? That would be asking for the slope. Okay, y'all see the difference? How much money does she have before she starts? How much money does she receive each pay period? All right, so let's go ahead and work this out. Remember, step number one. Step number one, I asked you all to find the slope. So one, we're going to find the slope. Let's work this really, really quick. I'm going to select this point and I'll select this point. So what that looks like is we will have, oh, hold on. This will be my 2's. This will be my 1. So this is x1. And this is y1, x2, and y2. All right, so we put it in the slope formula, which is y2 over y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So we have and that's going to be over 15 minus 5. And I'm not going to work this out manually. I'm going to use my calculator. For those of you that's using the Inspire, it is the same thing. I'm going to move this over so you can see that. So we have the 465 minus 165, and that's going to be over 15 minus 5, and it says that the answer is 30. Now it's important for us to understand that 30 is the rate of change. You see the 30 right there? I hope you can see that. I don't know if you can see it or not. 30 is the rate of change. That means, according to this problem, she is earning $30 an hour. So 1, M equals 30. 2, I asked you to write the equation, y equals mx plus b. Okay. 3, plug the slope into the equation, y equals 30x plus b. 4, I asked you to select a point. I'm gonna select the 20. Actually, let's select 15, 5 and 165. That's the point I'm select. 5, we're gonna plug those points in. I don't know why I got 16. It should have been 165. Plug those points in. So we have 165. That's our y equals 30 parentheses 5 plus b. And we want to solve this equation for b. And I'm going to come down and solve this. Come down and solve this. So the first step is going to be multiply 30 times 5. 3 and 5 is 15, so we're looking at 150. So we at the next step is going to be subtract both sides. So we're going to get minus 150. Minus 150. The 150 cancel out and we get 15 equals b. Okay, that cancels out. That was a straight line I drew. Y'all give me my props on that one. All right, so we know that 15 is what our y-intercept is. And again, this is just a reminder. This is just a reminder. If the question would have said, how much money does she make an hour? That answer would have been 30. What a lot of students do is they'll find that slope and they'll stop there. But you got to make sure you understand what it's asking for. If it would have said, how much money does she make an hour? That's 30. But the question was, how much does she make before starting her new job? That question is asking for the y-intercept. All right, let's end that. I got another one for you. Okay. Miss Pot makes and ships hats. All right, she's making and shipping hats. The table shows the relationship between the cost and the number of hats sold. All right, the question is which equation. All right, so we know again there's one of our four. All right, is it asking for the slope, the y-intercept, the equation, or if it's proportional or non-proportional? Remember, a non-proportional relationship has a y-intercept. If the y-intercept is 0, meaning if we do these steps and we get 0, then we know that that is proportional. All right, so let's get into it. Let's get into it. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna select my points. Let's go with this one, and let's go with this one. All right. All right. So one. What's my I want to find my slope. So in this one, I will have 111 minus 31.5 or 50, and that's going to be over 4 minus 1. All right, so let's go to my calculator. So I got 111 minus 31.5, and that's going to be over 4 minus 1. I'm not showing you guys the math this time. Just trust that I'm putting it in. And it tells me 26.5. Y'all see that? 26.5. I hope you see it. I don't know if you guys can see when I move the screen. But it said 26.5. All right, so let's go back to our class kick. 26.5. Oh, there it is. My answer's 8. No, you did not finish the process. We got to finish the process. So we know that 1, our M is 26.5. 2, write the equation. Y equals, let's see, y equals mx plus b. Next part, 3, y equals 26.5 x plus b. 4, y equals, oh, no. I need to select my points. I'm going to go with the 1 and I'm going to go with 1 and 31.5. All right. 5, we're going to plug all of that in. So we get 31.5 equals 26.5 parentheses 1 close our parentheses, plus B. I'm going to spread this out so it's all on one line. And now I'm going to solve that. Let's come down here and I'm going to solve it. Okay. I know that 26.5 times 1 is 26.5, so we end up with 31.5 equals 26.5 plus B. All right, we want to subtract both sides by 26.5. Okay. And I'm gonna tell you guys, man, listen, I know that you guys are capable of solving that problem, but I want you to use that calculator. So we got 30, and that's because I don't want y'all to make simple errors. 31.5 minus 26.5, and then we get enter, and what we get is we get 5. So we get 5 as our answer. 5 equals B. Now we need to put it into our equation. Now remember, it is y equals mx plus b. All right. So that would be y equals, we said m was 26.5, x plus 5. Please notice our answer choices, ladies and gentlemen. Answer choice number 1, they added it and put the slope. Well, answer choice number 1, they just put the slope. So if you just put the slope and you stop there, then you got it wrong. If this was the answer, we would have gotten B for 0, or 0 would have been B. Second answer is the correct answer. 3, they added 26.5 and 5 to get 31.5. And D, they flipped the slope and y-intercept. So please be aware that if you make any of those errors, guys, they have those ready for you, all right? So remember, I've asked you to find those 4 things, right? When we take our exam, we're specifically going to be looking for one of those 4. Other nugget before I let you go, remember that the slope is a rate of change. At what rate is change occurring? Where is change happening? All right? Where is change happening? And the y-intercept is a starting point. And this question, if it would have said how much does she make an hour, that would have been the slope. They would have asked us for the slope. That would have been 30. All right? That's it, man, guys. I'll catch you guys over in class kick. Peace.